Good afternoon from Uxbridge. Today I'm supposed to be taking Piccadilly Line to Cockfosters, but just for the bit between Uxbridge and Rayners Lane, I'll be on the Metropolitan Line. So an update on UK government's red, amber and green lists. On the 4th of October it's just going to be the red list. It's only going to be the red list where if you come back if you enter the UK from a red list country or territory, you'll have to quarantine in a hotel for 10 days, regardless of whether you're not vaccinated, you're partially vaccinated, or you're fully vaccinated. And if you're entering during the UK from the rest of the world, then if you're not vaccinated, you have to quarantine at home or the place you are staying in for 10 days and pay for 2 COVID tests. You can also end quarantine early through the test to release scheme. But if you are fully vaccinated, the quarantine at home or the place you're staying in for 10 days only applies if you're not vaccinated or you're partially vaccinated. If you're fully vaccinated, you only need to take a day 2 test and no need to quarantine. And if you do enter the UK, you'll have to show proof of a negative COVID test at least 3 hours before your departure and at least 3 days before your departure from another country or territory. So here are let's have a look at the red list of countries and territories. This Wednesday, Egypt, Kenya, Turkey, Oman, Pakistan, Maldives, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh are to move from the red list to the amber list. For the amber and green lists is to stay the same. All countries and territories currently on the red are going to stay on the red list. Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Trinidad and Tobago, Costa Rica, Panama, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Cape Verde, Sierra Leone, Tunisia, Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, Angola, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe. No, let's start again, shall we? These countries and territories are going to stay on the red list. Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Trinidad and Tobago, Costa Rica, Panama, Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Cape Verde, Sierra Leone, Tunisia, Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Eswatini, Lesotho, South Africa, Seychelles, Mayotte, Reunion, Montenegro, Georgia, Afghanistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Thailand, Mongolia. As I was saying, Thailand, Mongolia, Philippines and Indonesia. Now for amber. These countries and territories are to stay on amber. Greenland, United States, Bahamas, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, British Virgin Islands, US Virgin Islands. St Martin, St Bartholomew, Saba, St Eustatius, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Martinique, Guadeloupe, or Guadalupe if that's how you say it, St Kitts and Nevis, St Lucia, St Vincent and the Grenadines, St Pierre and Miquelon, Portugal, mainland only. The Azores and Madeira are on green. And also Spain, France, Andorra, Monaco, Italy, San Marino, Vatican City, Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, Sweden, Poland, Czechia or Czech Republic, Hungary, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Kosovo, Albania, North Macedonia, Greece including the islands, Cyprus, Moldova, Ukraine, Belarus, Estonia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Palestinian territories, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Yemen, Iran, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan.
The next station is Hillingdon.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Uzbekistan, India, Bhutan, China, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Macau, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Timor-Leste, Palau, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Marshall Islands, Nauru, Micronesia, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Fiji, Tonga, Tuvalu, Wallis and Futuna.
This is Hillingdon.
Carrying on from Wallis and Futuna, we have Tokelau.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Ickenham.
We also have Tokelau, Cook Islands, Niue, Samoa, American Samoa, and French Polynesia, as well as Morocco, Western Sahara, Algeria, Libya, Mauritania, Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Niger, Nigeria, Chad, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Sao Tome and Principe, South Sudan, Djibouti, Comoros, Madagascar and Mauritius that are also going to stay on amber. Green list is going to be the same. So it's Canada, Bermuda, Barbados, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Cayman Islands.
The next station is Ickenham.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Oh yes, as I was saying, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat and also Falkland Islands, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, St Helena, Ascension and Tristan da Cunha, Portugal, Madeira and the Azores only.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Ickenham. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Ruislip.
Oh yeah, Papua New Guinea is also going to stay on amber. Same with Timor-Leste. As I was saying, back to green. Madeira and the Azores are staying on green, whilst mainland Portugal is still on amber. Gibraltar also green. Also on green is Malta, Germany, Croatia, Slovenia, Slovakia, Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and Romania, Bulgaria, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Israel, British Indian Ocean Territory, Singapore, Singapore, Brunei, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand and Pitcairn Islands, as well as the external territories of Christmas Island, Cocos Keeling Islands and Norfolk Island. Just saw a Piccadilly Line train go past us. Might be able to change at Rayners Lane if possible.
The next station is Ruislip.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
If travelling within the common travel area, you do not need to take a COVID test. This is basically UK, Ireland, Isle of Man, Guernsey and Jersey. Faroe Islands and Iceland are also on green list.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Ruislip. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Ruislip Manor.
There's currently severe delays on the Piccadilly Line. Today there's severe delays on the Piccadilly Line due to an earlier faulty train at Honest Grove. So there's a shuttle between Uxbridge and Acton Town at this time, which means we'll have to change at Acton Town if the train terminates there.
The next station is Ruislip Manor. This is Ruislip Manor.
2 more stops.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Eastcote.
As mentioned before, the quickest way to travel between Uxbridge and Cockfosters is the Metropolitan Line between Uxbridge and King's Cross, then the Victoria Line between King's Cross and Finsbury Park, and then the Piccadilly Line for the remainder of the journey to Cockfosters. Well, the reason why I didn't do full journeys is because
The next station is Eastcote.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
basically because I had other things going on. And still haven't applied for any jobs yet. Just need help from someone from my college.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Eastcote.
That was quick.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Rayners Lane. The rear doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
Some people were really looking forward to going to countries like Cape Verde for their summer holidays. But some people couldn't because Cape Verde is still on the red list. And it does look wonderful. Same with Maldives, Mexico. However, some people did manage to visit Mexico before it went onto the red list. So they may have gotten that chance. Another country on the red list is Kiribati. Kiribati is also on the red list. I mean amber. Just making sure I haven't left anything. Continuing on with our journey. So it's these doors that will open at the next stop.
The next station is Rayners Lane. Change for the Piccadilly Line.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is it. Goodbye, Metropolitan Line.
The rear doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
Trains are there.
Between the train and the platform.
This is Rayners Lane. The rear doors will not open here.
Well, I haven't left anything. Goodbye, Rayners Lane. Here is a train for what could be the remainder of the journey towards Cockfosters. Like one of the hottest countries, or what is probably the hot. Oh, Cockfosters. So yeah, it is the remainder of the journey. Some countries are like boiling hot, like Kuwait and UAE, while others are like freezing cold, such as Greenland and Iceland, possibly. The only times I've been outside the UK by plane was to Spain and the United States and Malta prior to 2012. Then 2013 to Paris in France with my school by the Eurostar, and the second time and most recent time that I went outside the UK was 2017 to Belgium. It was by coach and also the ferry between Dover and Calais, driving through France then into Belgium. Didn't know too much about the different time zones. Back then. And also some countries and territories observe daylight saving. Northern Hemisphere usually from late March to late October, and Southern Hemisphere from late September to early April. Like in Northern Hemisphere, it's United Kingdom, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal that observe daylight saving. In Northern Hemisphere, just some examples. These countries and territories in the Southern Hemisphere observe daylight saving. Lord Howe Island in Australia moves from 10.5 hours ahead to 11 hours ahead. And also Paraguay, New Zealand and Fiji are other examples of countries in the Southern Hemisphere that observe daylight saving. It will go through Down Street. We're not leaving just yet. I think we are leaving now, just saw the signal go green. Just waiting, saving up for a new phone. Because Apple have recently announced the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. Next stop is South Harrow. There are some countries and territories are also hard to get to. Like Marshall Islands is a bit difficult to get to, same with Hawaii. Here we are, South Harrow. The signal at Cockfosters tends to be very poor, especially inside the station building. Still not sure why some places are charging at the toilet.
The next station is Sudbury Hill. Please mind carefully on the train at the platform.
Change here for National Rail services from Sudbury Hill Harrow. Thankfully the toilets at Cockfosters don't charge you like 50p to use it. Thankfully most places you don't have to charge to use the ATMs. Till spring 2022 we have to change Baroness Court, Earls Court or Gloucester Road for the District Line to South Kensington, where you can exit for the museums and Royal Albert Hall as well. Next stop, Sudbury Town. Change for National Rail Services from Sudbury Harrow Road.
Sudbury Town.
Change for National Rail Services from Sudbury and Harrow Road. I still like trains, but not as much as I used to. I'm into planes as well. After the first week of September, I'll do the DLR, Overground, the TfL Rail, and the Trams series. I'll get the Victoria and Waterloo and City lines done before 30th of September. Here we are, Sudbury Town. Change for National Rail Services from Sudbury and Harrow Road. Alphaton next stop.
This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Next station, Park Royal, where you can change for the Central Line from Hanger Lane. For the Central Line from Hanger Lane. There's the infamous Wembley Stadium. Northern City Line isn't open on weekends, which means I'll have to do it during the week, like on a Thursday or a Friday. Went over the Central Line. Park Royal change here for the Central Line from Hanger Lane. Change to the Central Line from West Ealing. When I did the Piccadilly Line from Heathrow Terminal 5 to Cockfosters, I did watch some planes for a bit before taking the Piccadilly Line back home. I also travelled on the TfL rail from Paddington to Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3. At Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3 you can change for Heathrow Express to Terminal 5. It costs at least £25 to travel on the Heathrow Express from Paddington to Terminal 5 to any of the terminals at Heathrow Airport, whether it's... You can guess how at Terminals 2 and 3, or you can stay on the train until Terminal 5. Oyster cards not accepted between Terminals 2 and 3 and Paddington. TfL Rail only serves Terminal 5 during early mornings and late evenings. Terminal 4 is still closed. I might do the Northern Line to Battersea when that opens. Change here to Central Line from West Ealing or Ealing Station. Information there. King's Cross Station has no step-free access due to a faulty lift. Please speak to a member of station staff for further assistance. Northwell Rail and Heathrow Express services. Oh wait, that's the Central Line as well. Now approaching Ealing Common, Acton Town. Sometimes doors open on this side, and sometimes doors usually open on the left, but sometimes they may open on the right as well. Ealing Common, here we are. Piccadilly Line trains only stop at Hillingdon Green in the early morning and late evening. Sorry, I didn't see you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Ealing Common. Change here for the District Line. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Kensington Olympia has restricted service. You can also change at Earl's Court for District Line trains to Wimbledon. Next station is Acton Town, change for the District Line and Piccadilly Line services to Heathrow Airport. Terminal 4 is still closed. You'll have to ask the staff at Heathrow which terminal does your flight depart from. Like all British Airways flights currently depart from Terminal 5. American Airlines from Terminals 3 to 5. Terminal 5 for flights to New York City, Terminal 3 for other destinations, such as Dallas and Los Angeles. There's only Terminals 2 and 5, and around July, Delta and Virgin Atlantic started serving Terminal 3 again. There's a Piccadilly Line train possibly going to Heathrow, by the looks of it. Ealing Broadway train. These cross over to platforms 1 or 2 for trains to Heathrow. Looks like the door's already closed. Great. Wait for the Battersea line to appear on the map. As the current Northern Line trains don't have Battersea. There's the Overground. busier here.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Hammersmith. Change here for District and Hammersmith and City lines. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Station, then we're underground for 45 minutes, for the next 45 minutes towards Honest Grove. Over the weekend there was plan engineering works on the District Line for the entire line, with the only exception from Aldgate East to Upminster. So we couldn't meet any District Line trains today. Goodbye daylight. See you in 45 minutes.
Is Eastcote. Change here for the District Line. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
There's a sign informing people about South Kensington being closed until next year. stop will be Uxbridge. Uxbridge is our
This
next
is
stop.
Gloucester Road. The next station is closed. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Piccadilly Line trains will not stop at South Kensington from Saturday, 27th February 2021 until spring 2022. This is while work takes place to replace all 5 escalators at the station simultaneously. For more information on this work and alternative routes, visit tfl.gov.uk.
Shall I hear for Harrods?
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Uxbridge.
Down Street closed in 1934. Super windy, I mean very quick,
Says Green Park.
very fast.
Change here for the Jubilee and Victoria lines. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Next station, Piccadilly Circus, change for Piccadilly Line and exit Piccadilly Circus. We are now Piccadilly Circus.
Says Piccadilly Circus. Change here. This is a Piccadilly Line service.
Cockfosters 4 minutes, Alice Grove in like 6 minutes or so.
This is Leicester Square.
Alice Grove is in like 6 minutes. Cockfosters in 10 minutes and also 5 minutes. Yeah, it's starting to get busy. London Transport Museum.
Customer information announcement. King's Cross Station has no step-free access to Metropolitan Line. Please speak to a member of station staff for further assistance.
By tracks. Couldn't read the rest of that sign, sorry. So it'll be a minute. Change here from Central Line, exit here for the British Museum. Mind the gap, please. It's a very huge gap.
Change here for the Central Line. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
And there's the gap. Very huge one. You can test at home, in the airport or in the clinic. Modern day Charing Cross. So Strand became exit for the British Museum. The next stop. Mind the gap, please. Stand clear of the doors, please.
for St Pancras. Change here for Victoria, Northern, Hammersmith and City, Metropolitan and Circle lines, and national and international rail services. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Next stop through Waterloo station. Which closed a couple of years ago. You can still see it on Asbury level. South Cash now, that was converted to Newcastle version. Like Newcastle. Caledonian Road. Change here for London Overground from Caledonian Road and Barnsbury. Next station is Holloway Road.
Liverpool Station, exit for Emirates Stadium. Okay, there's no stairs or escalator here. Oh, look, I mean, there's no lift or escalator at this station. So it's just stairs. If only this station had like lift or escalator.
Change here for the Victoria Line and National Rail services. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Down clear of the doors, please. Down clear of the doors. Down clear of the doors, please. The train's now ready to depart. Manor House change here to London Overground from Harrow and Gateway lines. Turnpike Lane. Another 2 stops and then we're in daylight at Honest Grove. I mean, it's actually free. We are going very fast again.
This is Wood Green. This is a Piccadilly Line service.
Yes, so Reading only accepts contactless bank card or a contactless device.
There are minor delays on the wrist at the moment, and it's due to a third train at Upwards Road. King's College services on London bus services. London Overground running with minor delays between Houston Junction and Harrow Junction, and it's due to the third junction on the track at
However, it did rain yesterday, which meant I couldn't go out. We're going to be stuck at a red signal over here. We're just crossing the North Circular Road. There goes a westbound train, westbound to Hatton Cross. You might have to change at King's Cross or the Circle Hammersmith line to Paddington. Paddington is the TfL Rail Express to Heathrow Airport. If you're travelling on the TfL Rail and you're 5, change to Terminal 2 and 3 for a Heathrow Express train to Terminal 5. That's definitely a westbound train, not an eastbound one.
This is Arms Grove. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
It is raining a bit. Train's ready to start. However, that train is not going anywhere just yet. Okay, now it's leaving. It's all normal closed. The Southgate will be in darkness again. On the Southgate, stay light for the remainder of the journey. Southgate. A couple of minutes left until Cockfosters.
This is Southgate. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
Okay, now there's just one other person in this carriage. Back over the doors, please. train in front of us. Southbound train. Hatton Cross. So by the looks of things, people are going to have to take TfL rail or buy a Heathrow Express ticket for £25, provided they have £25.
This is Overground. This is a Piccadilly Line service to Cockfosters.
It's only 5 PM, which means one more stop, and this is it. Cus- Wonder which platform we'll arrive in, because there's 3 platforms. This train is for, that train over there is for Heathrow terminals 1, 2, 3 and 5, although terminal 1 closed in 2015. It's just terminals 2, 3, 4 and 5. Should say terminals 2, 3 and 5.
This Cockfosters. This train will terminate here. All change. Please ensure that you take your personal belongings with you.
It should be Heathrow terminals 2, 3 and 5, or if you're going via the terminal 4 loop, it's terminals 4 and 2 and 3. As soon as terminal 4 reopens, I'll do the Piccadilly Line to terminal 4 again. Just to do from Hatton Cross to terminals 2 and 3 via terminal 4. That train is for Uxbridge. Please keep feet off seats. I'll give it a try since there's nobody going to. Seems like we can't use the bench the seats to sleep. Unlike on the Central Line when it's quieter. It's usually quiet around Epping, as Epping is one of the least visited places. But there aren't usually that many people there in Epping. Platform 1, platform 2 and 3 and platform 4. The middle platform is usually very confusing. Sometimes doors may open on both sides, sometimes one side, and sometimes it's the other. This train is about to depart for Heathrow terminals 1, 2, 3 and 5. First time at Cockfosters in a while. Is it final stop Cockfosters? We arrived onto platform 1. Do not open. Doors on platform 2 do not open. It's only on platforms 1, 3 and 4. This is it. I'm finished.
Customer information announcement. King's Cross station has no step-free access due to a faulty lift. Please speak to a member of station staff for further assistance.
Yeah, I managed to hold it. I can just go to the toilet here the moment I pass through the gates. Departures: platform 3, 1 minute raised apart. Heathrow terminals 1, 2, 3 and 5. Platform 4, Heathrow terminals 1, 2, 3 and 5 in 10 minutes. Platform 3, Hatton Cross 11 minutes. And platform 4, Heathrow terminals. Well, hope you enjoyed this full journey all the way from Uxbridge to Cockfosters via Acton Town and Hammersmith. As always, see you in the next video, which will be the Victoria Line from Brixton to Walthamstow Central.